So, in this video we're going to look at doing a t-test using R. We're going to be using the example data from chapter 7 in the textbook on bone mass density in males and females. And we're going to be using the code, the R code, from the help sheet downloadable from the online resource centre. So here's a copy of that help sheet here. And you can see that the first part of the help sheet tells you how to create a data set that you can use with the code later on in the help sheet. You can either make your own data file using this help, or you can download a pre-prepared data file from the online resource centre. If you do this and open it, a data file in, say, Notepad, something that can read to text file, then you can see the structure of the data. Here it is in front of you. This is it's got two columns, dependent variable here in one and the independent variable in the other. So in this case, the example, bone mass density is our dependent variable and sex, male or female, is our independent variable. This is the same layout with the dependent and independent variables side by side that you would use to run this test in SPSS. I call this variable layout. R can easily actually do the data with side by side with the female's data in one column and the male data in the other column. I call this sample layout, and there are notes at the end of the help sheet on the code for that. But we're going to focus in this video on using data in this structure. You'll also see that sex is that's text, male and female. We could use number codes 1 and 2 there as well. Right, we don't need that data file, so we can close it, put it out of the way. And what we do need to crack on with the analysis is to open R. This is how I like it set up, with my console window on the right and my data editor window on the left. If you want to know how to make it look like that, look at the introductory video on R. All we need now is to get the code from the help sheet. Let's scroll down till we get to the code. We want to copy and paste. Oops. Here we go. Edit, copy, then go to R, editor window, paste it in there. Now you could type it in, of course, but the danger there is that you might make a mistake, and it's just quicker. Right, just a couple of things to just tidy things up. You need to make sure that your notes are all on a single line, or add a hashtag in front of them. So I'm just going to put it on the same line. And just to make things look neater and easier to follow, I would put a return between the two bits of code. That's not for functional, that's just for appearance. Right, let's look at this first bit of code first. It's for importing the data into R. We're going to change the stars to words appropriate for this example, and I'm going to put the data in an object called bones. Then I'm going to get R to attach the column labels and then print those out. Let's run that little bit of code first before we do anything else. Highlight it, Control R. It wants me to navigate to find where my data file is. So this is where I've got the data that I showed you earlier. And you can see it's printed out the names of the two columns, BMD and sex. That's useful for, we can see the exact format of those right there, as you'll see in a minute. Let's go to our second bit of code. This actually does the test. We need the dependent variable on the left of this squiggly line. And I got the exact text from here. That's to use the same lowercase letters and lowercase uppercase. Then on the other side you want the independent variable, in this case sex, and then we're ready to just run that code, and off you go. So there it is, it's done a t-test for you. There's a statistic, there's a degrees of freedom, there's a p-value, there's the group mean for females and males, taking those away from one another, get an estimate of effect size, and that's the confidence interval for that effect size. This code is actually where you see here where it's variance is assumed equal. You can do it without that, and there are, see the additional notes on the help sheet, and that you've got everything you need to report the outcome of a t-test. Great.